Alex Pereira kicked my leg. I was like, this shit hurts.
That dude has the weirdest leg kicks. They're so sneaky.
My cousin had
He's so clever at it.
My cousin had the greatest analogy for Pereira. He goes, he is Thanos. Literally just collecting Infinity Stones. He's like, he goes, I love Marvel. He goes, it was like when Thanos showed up.
Yeah.
And he's just collecting Infinity Stones. There's a timeline. You know there's a bad guy, and then there's this ultimate bad guy who was just in some bar in Brazil, and then Izzy had to open his mouth. But I mean, it's like a delayed reaction on the kick. But if Izzy would have just shut up, this dude would have stayed in Brazil.
That dude is so sneaky with that kick.
And if you get too close, he's going to punch you.
Yeah. Well, he's so long, and he's also so odd in his striking movements.
He's like this tall. Yeah. He's tall.
They're very odd.
And he's like, and if you get close, it's the right hand. Even that thing he does when he's walking out and he does this thing and he throws his combination, it doesn't look fluid. He's like, boom, boom, boom. But you know, like, if that dude hits you with that, you're going to sleep.
You go to sleep. Everybody goes to sleep.
Yuri's in there dancing and shit. Yuri's like doing all kind of like weird stuff, right? And Alex is like,
just stone face.
Stone face. Like, I'm going to.
It was one of the greatest stare downs ever. Who's the guy that he scissor kicked? He scissor kneed Michaelitis?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
The whole time, Joe, I'm sitting to your right. I'm like, man, Joe Rogan up in here lying to me, telling me this dude, this good. He's this. DC, I'm telling you. Because I'll be honest with you. I had watched him a little bit. I hadn't watched all of his kickboxing. I was like, okay, this dude's supposed to be good. Let me watch a little bit. It's kickboxing. And you come in and you're like, DC, wait until you see this Pereira in real life. And I'm like, okay, he's good, DC. He might be the best kickboxer that we've ever had. Well, Izzy's here. Izzy's here. He knocked out Izzy twice, DC. I'm telling you.
Knocked him out once.
Beat him by decision. And I'm like, that. And then he does that, and I look over and I go, oh, my God, you were telling the truth.
Dude, he's something fierce.
I mean, this is Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Bro,
with a left hook. With a left hook.
I mean, the guy who's now the middleweight champion
of the world.
Yeah, and he took him out easy.
A year.
Yeah.
He was the champ in a year.
Dude, he's got 2 world titles and 11 fights.
In 2 years.
It's insane.
He's been in the UFC. Dude, I don't know, Joe, if we had, and he's here in Austin. So I'm going to go hang out with him later.
Nice.
I'm going to see Pereira.
That's
I like
awesome.
him too.
I love that dude.
He smiles.
Yeah.
He actually smiles. Before, he just didn't smile. Now he smiles.
I just don't think he wants to smile after fights or before fights.
He just want to fight.
Stays cold.
He's there for a reason.
Yeah.
To just beat somebody's ass.
Well, he was so extraordinary in kickboxing. When I watched him in kickboxing, it just some dudes just have some extra gear, some extra power. It was shocking. He would hit guys, boom, and they would just like stiffen up and flatline. You're like, he's doing it to everybody. Like literally everybody he's connecting on is going night-night. And he does it in 2 different weight classes simultaneously. So when that guy was going to fight MMA, I'm like, hold on, baby.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be some wild shit. This is an extraordinary dude.
And he was 3-1 when he made his debut in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And you knew that if he was able to win a couple, they would rush him to Izzy. And he got there and he beat him. And I still now, I don't know how Izzy beat that dude, man. Because
he caught him perfect.
He caught him
perfect.
If that fight would have kept going, I don't think Izzy was going to win. He was hurting Izzy bad.
That leg was fucked up already.
It was done.
Yeah, it's crazy how good he is at that.
It takes like 2 or 3.
He doesn't move his hips. The way he does it is so beautiful because there's no telegraphing at all. He's just moving there and slap.
Slap.
And you got 1, 2 in there, 3, and you start seeing the welts. Yuri had a big welt on his leg.
You know what's the worst? It's like you train a certain way. When I first started fighting, I would train southpaw some because it's your fast hand. And then Kane kicked me in the face, and I blew my nose out. I said, I'm never fighting southpaw again. Because you don't see stuff as well. It's not natural. So I always stayed conventional. Most do that. But then, because you don't train in that off stance, you fight Pereira, next thing you know, he's got your leg beat up. You're switching to southpaw, which is what Yuri did, Yuri's not a southpaw.
Right.
Yuri doesn't fight southpaw. Now you're fighting in a fight stance that's unfamiliar against one of the most dangerous men in the world.
Right.
How are you supposed to fight?
And you have a compromised leg.
And you're
not going to be able to move as quickly.
Because you're not doing it on your terms.
Yeah.
You're switching on his terms.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And, once those calves get chopped a few times, like, only they know how compromised that leg is.
It hurts.
Like,
they're always on crutches and in wheelchairs. When they're done with him, people don't see this, right? When we're leaving the arena, these guys are either getting wheeled to the post-fight press conference or wheeled to the ambulance because their legs are so jacked up.
Yeah.
He tears their legs up. It's bad.
Tears their legs up.
It's bad.
And he's just so efficient with it. And it's just, what a hard style to emulate as a sparring partner, too.
Yeah. Especially since he really still can't wrestle.
Right.
Think about all the success he's had and he still can't wrestle. Some of these takedowns he gets taken down with is like, he still hasn't developed to the point that a real good wrestler wouldn't try to take him down over and over again.
Right.
But you could never get there because he knocks you out.